So what we are trying to understand is we are trying to understand escape sequence in string. Escape sequence in string in C. So what exactly escape sequence is? So the escape sequence, whatever you see, backslash is called as an escape sequence. So what exactly I'm trying to say is, let's say I have a string. Let me take a string. Let me try to move this all part and let me just have main.c, so main function. So let me take a string. So character str, and let me have this declared as Bangalore, and let me put a semicolon. So let me try to print this. The percentage, my string is percentage yes, and I will say, what do you say, that's what I do. So now if you observe, there is one string here as well in printf. So we'll come for this in a while, but what I am trying to explain is, let's say whenever you are trying to have a string, it always starts with double quotes. You all know it always starts with the double quotes. So let's say you want a double quotes inside a string itself as a content, as not as an end of the end of the string. I want double quote as a content. How is that possible? So let's say I want a double quote inside a string. So now what happens? This is the start of the string, this is the end of the string, and this becomes like it gives error for me. Why it gives error? Because you are not starting a string and you are ending a string, so this is an error. So if at all if you see this gives an error. So now my intention is not to create error. My intention is to have and double quotes inside the content as a content of a string. How is that possible? Is something that we have to understand. That is one problem statement which I have to solve. The other one is something like let's say inside a string we generally give something called /n. So what exactly /n means? So slash, whenever you encounter a slash inside a string, what compiler thinks is this is an escape sequence. Escape sequences, this is not considered as an content of a string. Whatever is coming after this escape sequence is a command. So /n is to say this is an escape sequence, and n is a command to say go for next line. Similarly, you have /t, that is to say escape sequence. This is a command. So whatever is coming is a command. So this is something to do with I want to go to the next tab. So this is what you generally do. Okay. So now the same thing applies here also. This is also a string. So both are string. This is also a string. This is also a string. So here what generally we do is we say /n. So /n is to say inside a string I want a escape sequence and I want to give a command to say that go to next line. So this we all know. So we'll try to compile this. It is going to the next line. So here we have one line. So this is all good. And after this next line, if at all if you can continue a string after next line. So this is all good. I'll compile this. So it goes to the next line. After next line it comes here. And here since I've given a space, that's the reason you can see that space. If at all if you don't give this space, again this space is gone. So similarly I can say /t. So that is to say that after a tab, so there is no space if at all if you see, but still there is a tab here, so there is a space. So /t will give you a tab. So similarly there are a lot of escape sequences in C. So that is /a is to say alert, /b is to say backslash, that is to say go delete one character, that is to say backspace. Then you have form feed, then you have /n new line. So there are a lot of escape sequences that you might understand. So you have backslash, you have what else you say, you have something called alert. This is interesting. So this will give us an alert. So let me put /a and see what happens. Compile this and run. If at all, if you see, there is an alert, there is a sound. And let me not put this and compile this. There is no sound. But if at all, if you put this, there is an alert sound which comes for us. So that is to say that it is something to do with as an alert. So we can create alerts and other things in C as well. So that is with the sound and all. So that is what you have as in /a. So intention is to say that this is something to do with escape sequence, and after this there is a command. So now there are two challenges. One is, let's say I want a content, I want slash as a content only. Let's say I want slash as my content. So how is that possible? So if at all, if you want slash as a content, let's say I want to very easy thing is, let's say I want to print this what do you say print this path. So let's say I want to print this path. So if at all, if I want to print this path, I'll say string path. I'll take one more string and I will assign it to something like this. What exactly happens? So now this is actually an escape sequence which is not considered at all, and after which this will actually try to continue. So now let us try to print this. My path is, let's try to print this and see what happens. I'm just going slow a bit. Let us try to understand path. I don't know why I do so many typos. Okay, so let us try to compile this. So where is this escape sequence? It is not there, right? Though I have it in my content, I don't have it in the result. Why? Because it's an escape sequence, it is not considered at all. So if at all, if you see, my actual content is actually E drive beast, and here it is not there. Agreed? So now let us say E drive, I'll go to some other code, or I'll go to E drive 8051 and let's take this as a path. Let's take this as a path. I want to print this, so let us try to print this. And if at all, if you see, there is no slash at all anywhere. So in my string I had 3 slashes, 1, 2 and 3. There is nothing here because everything is considered as escape sequence, and it tries to see if there is any command. It doesn't know what is the command, so it just leaves it. Here also it tries to say there is a command. Supposed to be, it's supposed to give an alert here, then here it has something to do with L. It does not know what it is. So let us try to compile this. So this is what it is. So I think it is small a, so that's the reason it is not even giving an alert here. So if at all, if you put a small a, what happens? It gives an alert and a itself is missing. So if at all, if you see here ARM, where a is missing because it thinks that slash a is alarm, is alert. So that's what it thinks. So it is removed. Absolutely sorry. So now let's say I want this as a content, then what I should do is I should put one more slash. So now what happens? First slash is considered as an escape sequence. The second slash is considered as the actual content. So whenever you want slash as a content of your string, then one slash is not sufficient. One backslash is not sufficient. You need 2 backslashes. Why? Because first one is considered as escape sequence. The second one is considered the actual content. So now let us try to compile this. Now if at all, if you see this, so this gives us the actual path. Actual path is E drive 8051 on LPC 2148. Though we have two slashes here, here you have only one slash because you have removed one as an escape sequence. Similarly, let's say I want to have a double quotes inside my string. Let's say I want a double quotes inside my string, just put a slash. Just put a slash so that it is not considered as end of my string, it is considered as the content of my string. So if at all, if you really wanted double quotes inside your string, then what you should do is you should actually put a slash, then put a double quotes. That is to say that this is not the end of the string, this is the content of the string, is what it is trying to say. So now let us try to print this Bangalore. So now what exactly happens? What exactly will print is something like this: BANGL GAL, after which there is a quote and ORE. So this is what it prints, because this is considered as a content and this first slash is an escape sequence. So now let us try to compile this and print it. So if you see, this is how it is printed, and the first one is gone as an escape sequence. So couple of things again I repeat. If you want, slash is considered as an escape sequence, after which whatever character comes it consider, it tries to see if it can decode as an a command. So commands are something like slash n, then you have slash t, then you have slash a. I want you guys to try all the backslashes and try to understand what each backslash does. So I'll just give you this as an link. So just try to understand and try to write some program and try to see what each backslash does, what each escape, what each command is doing for us. Apart from that, if at all if you want backslash itself as in content of your string, you have to give double backslash, so that first one is considered as backslash, that is escape sequence, the other one is considered as actual backslash. Similarly, the same thing is used for my double quotes also. If at all if you don't want to end a string, but I want it as a content of the string, then I have to give like this, so that it will be considered as a content of my string. Will that make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
Perfect. So I will stop till here. I want you guys to do a couple of things for me. I want you I want you to try every escape sequence, whatever is available, and see all these things and explain me tomorrow what exactly is this. And I also want you to finish off string compare, string concatenate, and string copy as an assignment. So tomorrow, can I have test, or when can we have a test on the topics which we have covered? Swarup, we can stop recording. So when